This is question 7 from the 2023 Higher Engineering Science paper. And this is the first long form question of the exam. So what we're looking at here is a viewing platform, and it says that a viewing platform is a commonplace thing in sports academies, and it allows filming of training and games. And then we're shown a beam that's used in the construction of the viewing platform, and asked to calculate the magnitude of the reaction at B. And so one of the first things I think is helpful here is if we just identify what those different parts are, and then we can redraw it. So we are wanting to find out our reaction force at B here, which means that we're going to treat A as though it's a pivot point. We've got a uniformly distributed load, some people call that a UDL, and we've also got an angled force here, so we've got a load 3.5 kilonewtons at 65 degrees, and we're given our measurements. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to redraw this. Sometimes I would do this in an exam, you could just use the space to the side to redraw, but I think it's helpful here. If we say that A is our pivot point, and B is where we know we're going to have a reaction force, I'm going to call that RB. And I've got a uniformly distributed load along the whole of this beam. And so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to transform that into a point load. Because it's uniformly distributed, I can assume that it's the same the whole way along. And so I can times the force that it's putting on by the length of my beam, which is 1.1 plus 0.3. So I'm going to do 2.4 times 1.4. Excuse me. And that gives me that my uniformly distributed load, the actual load part, is 3.36 kilonewtons. I'm going to simplify that to act in the middle of my beam. So I'm going to say that that is acting at 0.7 meters from A. Now I've got the other force that I've got here is going to be the vertical component of the 3.5 kilonewton force. So if I wanted to, I could split this force up into its horizontal component and its vertical component, and I can work out what the horizontal and vertical component are using trigonometry. And so you can see that yellow line there is also the same as this. I've just drawn it with the arrowhead so that you know it's not acting in a different place to the 1.1 that it's shown. And so what I will do now is work out the vertical component of the 3.5 kilonewton force, and using trigonometry I can see that that is going to be 3.5 sine of 65, because the portion that I'm wanting is opposite the given angle, so I can use sine, and that is going to be acting at 1.1 meters from A. So I can draw that in here. I already know that RB is acting the whole distance away from A, so that's 1.4 meters away. Now, the reason I've done that is because it allows me to then go on and look at the moments that I need to take. So if A is my pivot point, and this is an equilibrium, the 3.36 kilonewton force is going to be causing a moment in this direction. 3.5 sine 65 is going to be causing a moment in this direction, and RB will be causing a moment in this direction. And so that means then that the 3.36 is going to be giving me a clockwise moment, 3.5 sine 65 is going to be giving me a clockwise moment, and RB is going to be giving me an anti-clockwise moment. So when I now write out my equation that the sum of moments is equal to 0, I'm going to say that the sum of anti-clockwise moments is equal to the sum of clockwise moments. I always order it like that so that I can see my unknown on the left hand side. Just prefer to keep my subject on the left hand side. So the moment that is going to be produced by RB is the force RB times its distance from the pivot point, 1.4. And on my clockwise side then, I have got 3.36 kilonewtons of force that is acting at 0.7 meters away from my pivot point, and I've got 3.5 sine of 65 that is acting at 1.1 meters away from my pivot point. You can pop that into your calculator. As far as marks go, the SQA want you to write down this bit for a mark. You also get a mark up here for working out the point load equivalent of the UDL, and then you get 1 mark for calculating this correctly. I prefer to write down my steps before I put them into the calculator, but you can just rearrange all of that, stick it into your calculator and work out what RB is. So I would say make it whatever's easiest for you. That would give me 2.352 added to 3.489. That's all divided by 1.4. Which gives me an answer of 4.172, and if I round that then to 2 significant figures, RB is equal to 4.2 kilonewtons. I'm going to say that's to 2 significant figures. So our reaction force at B then is going to be 4.2 kilonewtons. Now the next part of this question asks us to calculate the magnitude and direction of the reaction at A, and this is 4 marks. So what they're going to expect us to do is to resolve now vertically and horizontally, and then calculate the resultant force at A and the angle that it's acting at. So I'll go back to this notepad here. If I now want to look at redrawing this so that I've got the beam and all I know on it now, I'm going to have RA, which is my unknown still. Oh, in fact, I'm going to draw that as acting at an angle because it will be. So RA, which is unknown, and I also don't know the angle that it's acting at. I've got the point load equivalent of my UDL, which is 3.36. I've got this 3.5 kilonewtons at 65 degrees, and I've got RB, which is only vertical, which I know is 4.2 kilonewtons. So if I'm resolving vertically, that'll be a slightly more straightforward one to do first. I know that the sum of my vertical forces has to be equal to 0. So the sum of what's going up has to be equal to the sum of what's coming down because my beam is in equilibrium. So that means that I've got the horizontal component of A is equal to, the horizontal component of A added to 4.2, the reaction force at B, is equal to 3.36 added to the horizontal component of the 3.5 kilonewton force at the angle. We used that last time, so 3.5 sine 65 degrees. So my horizontal component of A is going to be equal to 3.36 added to 3.17, etc. Oops. Minus 4.2. And that tells me, oh, I've just started saying horizontal the whole time. This is pointless. Just delete this and start again.